These are the scenes that triggered the breakup of Ukraine. Scenes that have brought the world to the brink of a new Cold War. Unarmed protesters gunned down in the streets by the riot police who were retreating from Kiev's Maidan square. By the end of the day, more than 50 people were dead, including 3 policemen. Ukraine's new leaders maintain that responsibility for the shootings lies entirely with the security forces acting on behalf of the previous government. Our investigations suggest that is not the full picture. Only 3 people have been arrested over the killings, all of them members of this police unit, seen firing here towards the protesters. That was after 9 o'clock in the morning, as government forces retreated from the square. But what prompted the police to pull back? Earlier that morning, Andrei Shevchenko, then an opposition politician and part of the Maidan movement, had received a call from the police commander on the square.
He calls me and he says, "Andrei, someone is shooting at my guys." And he said that the shooting was from the conservatory. He said, "Second floor, it's firearms, and please do something about that, because it's getting really bad."
The conservatory building was under the control of the protesters. On the morning of the 20th, there were persistent reports of gunfire coming from there. Now, for the first time, one of those gunmen has spoken on camera. He was part of the protest movement, he said, and agreed to talk to us on condition that we disguise his identity. We will call him Sergei.
I was shooting downwards at their feet. Of course I could have hit them in the arm or anywhere, but I didn't shoot to kill. I also shot upwards at the police who were on top of the Globus shopping center, and that is why they retreated.
Sergei says that he took up a position behind one of these pillars here, and he mentioned being able to see that clock over there on the far side of the square on the bank and the edge of the shopping centre, which was the part of the square that was controlled by the riot police. So from here, he had a bird's eye view right over the front line. Amid the chaos, the man in charge of security at the protest camp sent his men to search the conservatory building.
They went and checked all the floors. Roughly half an hour later, they returned and told me there were no firing positions from the conservatory.
Lawyers and prosecutors say their attempts to find out what really happened on that day are being blocked by the courts. In the absence of a thorough and transparent investigation, conspiracy theories flourish. Many Ukrainians believe the shootings on the 20th were a provocation, planned and orchestrated by Moscow in order to justify the annexation of Crimea and spark a separatist movement in the east. Russians counter that Maidan was a CIA-inspired coup. Neither side offers credible evidence for its claims. Maidan was overwhelmingly made up of peaceful, unarmed citizens who braved months of sub-zero temperatures to demand a change to their corrupt government. There's much we still don't know about what happened that day, but it's clear that some of the shooting was coming from the protesters' side. Gabriel, Gatehouse, BBC News in Kiev.